With Cyberpunk just coming out and everyone picking up the game, we're going to need to go over some tips for early game that you need to know to give you a push from the start. Starting out with quests and side quests. For this, you need to do all the side jobs and event missions that you can see for some easy XP and rewards. This game is meant to be played and enjoyed slowly, so don't rush through the main story mission and enjoy everything Night City has to offer, and get some loot while doing so. Side quests will often have some nice rewards that can help build your character to be stronger and have a larger arsenal of weapons and stat points to work with. Choosing the right attributes or stat points for your character is ultimately going to decide how you play the game. For example, if you invest all of your points into intelligence, you may find it very hard to win fights and not do as much damage, but you will be able to hack almost any electronics you can see, and then vice versa. Here is how each of the attributes work. Body. This attribute governs your physical prowess, which not only increases your health and stamina, but is essentially for using brute strength to solve problems, like opening doors with your bare hands or ending a conversation with a knockout punch. Those who invest in body will be able to deal more melee damage, better handle larger weapons, and perform feats of athleticism. Reflexes. This attribute governs your speed and dexterity, which can allow you to evade faster and critically strike more often with precision. Investing in your reflexes will boost your prowess with smaller weapons like handguns and blades, as well as better handling rifles and submachine guns for a better offense. Technical ability. This attribute governs your finesse with machinery, gadgets, and explosives, and not only allows you to become better at crafting, but also gaining more out of armor. By investing in this attribute, you can enhance your crafting abilities to make more for less, unlock doors and disable security, and increase the destructive capabilities of explosives. Intelligence. This attribute is all about your capacity to become a master hacker or netrunner. Those who value intelligence will be able to increase their hacking bandwidth and abilities, and unlock new types of hacks when first breaching into an enemy network, as well as unleashing ruthless quick hacks against individual targets. Cool. This attribute governs your ability while in stealth, making you operate better when crouching to deal more damage and blend in more. Beyond increasing your capacity to murder and poison from the shadows, investing in Cool can even unlock some really smooth dialogue responses. We recommend you guys pick the Pack Mule skill, because this will increase your carrying capacity by 60, which is huge, especially since you will want to be looting almost everything that you come across within Night City for money and upgrade parts. This skill leads nicely onto the next thing you should know, which is to loot everything you see. Any junk items you should pick up, as they can be sold off at drop-off points in and around Night City for some free money, and will be a great way to make some money when just starting out in Night City. If you combine selling your junk with the jobs and side jobs you will encounter, you will slowly build up a small fortune of eddies that can be used to purchase body part upgrades or even new vehicles. Save constantly. There is nothing worse than having played and looted around for almost an hour, and then you getting jumped by a gang and killed and have to restart from your precious save point. Make sure you save as often as possible so you don't have a lot of catching up to do, and can just continue to enjoy the world of Cyberpunk. A tip that you can use if you're worried is to save after almost every job or side job you complete to ensure that you don't lose all of your progress. When driving, keep it slow. The NCPD does not take kindly to you knocking over a dozen civilians, so to save yourself time having to outrun the cops, take it slower when in crowded areas and maybe even stop for a red light or two. Well, unless in your playthrough V is a psychotic lunatic, in which case be my guest. Every other game, headshots are one-shot kills. In Cyberpunk 2077, however, headshots deal some damage. This is confusing, but it makes sense if you understand how Cyberpunk calculates damage. Upgrade your weapons, pour points into whatever skill is associated with the weapon you're using, and look for perks that'll increase damage. Focus on getting some better gear that may already have some bigger headshot damage multipliers, and always aim for the head. If you prefer to fistfight enemies, this problem has nothing to do with you. No matter what your build is, make sure you get this one quick hack perk ASAP. Biosynergy should be considered essential for every Cyberpunk build. It lets your RAM regenerate during combat, meaning you'll be able to constantly hack enemies as you go along, rather than having to disengage from combat immediately. You don't need to upgrade it beyond the first level, especially if you're doing more of a gun-focused build and your hacking is largely going to be distractions and disabling turrets, but if hacking is something you want to do frequently, then max it out fully. And there's a good use case for just maxing it out anyway, given the more powerful diamonds you can install will eat up your entire RAM budget. This perk may be what you will want to get just after Pack Mule to increase your hacking abilities. If you enjoyed any of these tips, or you're gonna go for a different route, comment down below what you're gonna do. I'd really like to know. But other than that, subscribe for more, and I will see you later.